July 24th, 2023, school board meeting to order. Danette, will you please call the roll?
Director Weber?
Here.
W. Felton?
Here.
Claflin?
Here.
Lalaberty?
Here.
T. Felton?
Here.
Chair Rosh?
Here.
That's 6 present at 6 o'clock.
Looks like we can get to business then. Let's rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
We've got a well-rehearsed audience doing this with us tonight as well. We will be with you in just a moment. First up, I would like to ask for a motion to approve our meeting agenda for this evening, as well as the Committee of the Whole and regular meeting minutes of June 26, 2023, and the special board meeting minutes from June 22, 2023. Do I have a motion?
So moved. Second.
Any discussion? All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. All right, with that business done, we get to the most fun part of our night tonight, and that is our Quality in Action report. And I'd like to invite our Community Education Director, Jean Zender, up. Looks like you have a lot of friends with you
I know,
tonight.
right? Thank you so much. It's always an honor and a pleasure to come and talk before the board and the South St. Paul community and share what we do in community ed. So I'll keep it short because I know we have some anxious friends here that can't wait to get up and tell you what their favorite parts are. Next slide, please. So July 1st, 2023 marks the third year of our community ed department at Central Square. Central Square is a place where our community can come together to learn, grow, and socialize. With that commitment of community ed kind of philosophy is lifelong learning. We are a staff of 76 folks. I could not do this work. I tell you that all the time without this wonderful staff that we have. I've listed, the typical community ed programming, and then I want to call attention to what's new since moving into Central Square, which is our gymnastics program. That'll be up shortly. Our aquatics program, we had our first kind of open swim for our youth that potentially will join our boys and girls swim team for the first time. So we have a lifeguard, Colin, he's awesome. So that we crossed that last thing off of our list of things to do. Fitness classes, Linda, if you've been a part of the senior socials at all, does a phenomenal job with our seniors, and she's very proud of that program. Let's see, a couple others, just the Kitchen Coalition partnership and our Fair for All, and then our partnerships with Dakota County. We had a mobile clinic last month, and we'll have one before school starts as well, too. So thank you to all of the staff and the team. This next slide is just a slide showing our success as we reflect over the past year. And a couple things of note, Kids' Choice will be up here. Kids' Choice has been a constant in my career since day one. We have 105 students in our summer program, which compared to in 2020 when we didn't have a program because of the pandemic, we're very proud of that. You'll meet Ms. Teranique and Ms. Courtney couldn't be here, but it's under their leadership that our program continues to grow. We've done a lot of work in that program with our team, rebuilding relationships and getting back together as we kind of recover and went from emergency care to back to a regular Kids' Choice programming too. So super excited about all of that. Just want to remind our community members too of the food resources that we have available to us at Central Square. The Kitchen Coalition is our partnership, which we serve about 650 meals every week. Meals are delivered on Mondays and Tuesdays, no questions asked, single and family size. And then under the direction of, again, Linda has Fair for All, which is a grocery organization that brings packets, boxes of meat, fresh fruit. There's always like a monthly special at low cost to community members. So you can find Danette and the team help get our make and take meals up every Monday and Tuesday, kind of what they are. And then Fare for All is also listed on the website too, and that's a once a month. So without further ado, I would like to introduce Miss Teranique and have her come up and talk with her friends about what they enjoy about Kids' Choice.
Come on, guys. Good evening, everybody.
Welcome.
Good evening, everybody.
Do you want to go over here? Why don't you come soon?
I'm Taranika. I'm one of the Kids' Choice supervisors. Been here for about 10, 11 years. Love the program, so wanted to bring some kiddos up here to let you guys know what they like about Kids' Choice. Hopefully we're doing a good job. We have our little one right here. Her name is Azalea. We have Jayla, Miles, and we have Simon.
Wonderful. What have you guys liked doing in Kids' Choice this summer?
I'm grateful for my teachers, and I like playing Gaga.
See, come to the front.
Oh, hi.
Oh, there you are.
I'm grateful for my teachers, and I like going to the gym and going to Gaga and doing cruises on Fridays.
Very cool.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Good job.
I like my teachers and how they occupy us with fun activities, and they let us go to the gym with other groups, and we go on field trips, and yeah.
I like going to the game room and going to the gym and going outside to Gaga and I might be done.
I like going on field trips, hanging out with my friends, playing Gaga ball, and going to the gym.
What was one of the field trips this year?
Right, I know.
Valley Fair.
Oh,
Pretty
fun.
good. Ooh, pretty good one.
So thank you so much, my friends. As you can tell, the Gaga Pit is very popular. They come in looking, well, we always say if they go home dirty, it's because they had a really good time all day long, right? So, and tired. So thank you. And thank you to Teranique and Courtney for their leadership in our program. So up next is one of the new programs that we started at Central Square. Had the pleasure of meeting Coach Kaya, who then we recruited to be our high school gymnastics coach as well. So she has brought some friends with her and has a few things to share too. So.
Yep. Here we go. All right. Hi, my name's Kaya. I'm the head coach for gymnastics at Central Square. I'm really grateful to have a chance to share with you about our program. At Central Square, we provide 8 different class options with a range of skills. So we have Tumble Together, Tumble Bees, Mini Stars, Beginners, Intermediate, Advanced, Flips, and our new pre-team. And this ranges from 18 months all the way up to 14 years. Our newest addition is pre-team, which is a wonderful group of talented young girls who are preparing to do competitive gymnastics. Our goal with this pre-team was to start a competitive team by next year. One of our main strengths of our program, I think, is that it's very accessible to almost all of our families. Our coaches are extremely flexible and work with parents to make a welcoming environment for everyone. One of our biggest obstacles recently is when we started pre-team. Many kids were not able to participate because of the financial burden. So we went after scholarships and we were able to get $400 per kid, which is huge. So now everybody who wanted to participate was able to.
That's fantastic.
Yeah. I think what makes this program especially unique is that many of our coaches are active participants. So we have our coach Brianna here. She is still doing high school gymnastics, and she was part of the program. So I'm going to let her share a little bit really quick. Go ahead.
Hi everyone, my name is Brianna. I started the gymnastics program at Central Square when I was little. I moved up to the high school team, which I'm now captain of. I've been in the program for a while, so it means a lot to me. And I want all the other gymnasts to experience all the opportunities I did, which is why I think the program's so important.
Awesome.
That's great. Thank you, Brianna. We love Brianna. She's such a leader for our team and as a coach, too, to give back to the youth. So I think that's why it's so important. We have 3 other coaches who were in the high school team and came back to coach for community ed. So Coach Margaret, Coach Annie, and Coach Elise, along with Coach Brianna. I brought a few kids from our program to share what their favorite parts are. And I think I'll start with the other Brianna we have here. Come on up. Brianna, what's your favorite part of gymnastics?
My favorite part is the bars because it helps with my arm strength and it helps me be in shape.
Wonderful. Thank you. You want to go next? All right. Next, we have Elizabeth. She's on our pre-team, and you want to share what your favorite part of gymnastics is?
My favorite part of gymnastics is vault and bars because they're really fun to do. And it's very, very fun to go over and to jump off of them.
Wonderful. Thank you. All right. Next, we'll have Evelyn. Evelyn is in our intermediate and our advanced classes, and she's very dedicated, showing up every week. What's your favorite part of gymnastics?
My favorite part of gymnastics is bars and beam because I really like doing my pullovers and my casts and like all the other stuff like that. And
Awesome.
I like beam because I like doing round-offs
Round-offs, yep.
and other stuff on the
Wonderful. Thank you. All right, next we'll have Adeline. What's your favorite part of gymnastics?
I like vault.
You like vault? What's your favorite part of vault?
I like to do handstands off.
Handstands off the vault. Nice. Awesome. And next we'll have Sophia. Sophia is on our pre-team. What's your favorite part of gymnastics?
Bars.
Bars? Why do you like bars so much?
Because they're really fun and I'm really good at them.
You're really good at them? Nice. That's a good answer. I think it's so important that all of these girls get the opportunity to try something that scares them sometimes. It allows them to fail in a space that is safe, where they can get back up again and try it. So I think that's where I'll leave you.
It's a great life lesson. And the idea that you have more than 1,000 people participating, you have built an incredible community there. So
Thank you.
That is our program for the night. So feel free to stop by and visit us at Central Square anytime. So thank you so much for your time.
could we ask all the students to kind of come up and do a big group photo?
Oh,
we also have
would
some
love
bracelets
to.
together for them.
Okay, come on, friends.
Come on up.
Come on up.
Do you want to put them up here in front
Yeah.
of the board?
Why don't you guys just come on up and stand right down here? And we'll stay seated. Otherwise, we will be towering over
That'd be
it.
something, right?
Say, Coach, over 1,000 kids, is that pretty typical? That sounds like an astronomically large amount.
It's a lot. So we have about 15.
Thank you so much, guys.
Okay.
You're welcome.
Sessions are 6 to 8 weeks long.
Okay.
And so we have about 5 to 6 beginners classes, 50
Yeah.
intermediate classes with 6 to 8 weeks.
Plus all the
And
other.
it keeps going plus our summer camps. and
That's
drop-ins
awesome.
and gyms, and we have tons of stuff.
So
There's that many kids in this community. Nice.
And expand it, so in the fall it'll
Even more.
try to double it.
Good for you. That's awesome. Good for you.
Thank you. Thanks for coming in.
Work.
Thank you, everyone.
Thanks for all you do. Wow. Incredible.
Thank you.
Great job. Thank you.
Oh, so much fun. All right, we will move next as our room suddenly clears out. Suddenly, I don't think the kids want to stick around for the report section of tonight's
I'm about to give a
meetings.
report here and they don't want. Oh.
All right, as we move on to the report section of our meeting, first up is our public listening sessions, which typically happen at the first meeting of the month at 4:15, right here at City Hall. Public listening submissions can also be made via our website. We did not have any submissions this month. But next, I will turn it over to Monica Weber for our Committee of the Whole report.
So, in our Committee of the Whole meeting, we discussed several things that are be coming up later on our agenda. We talked about the superintendent evaluation. We talked about going through the details of our busing contract. We met some of our new staff members who are new to our districts. That's always exciting. And then we went through committee reports, talked about the results of things from the legislative session and the success of the open golf tournament, along with some other issues.
Excellent. Thank you so much. So not everything we do is just the stuff that we see on camera here. There's always other committees and actions that are taking place as well. One of the things that, as chair, I would like to bring up is highlights from our superintendent performance evaluation. If we could pull that slideshow up. I caught them off guard. I'm so sorry. But as a part of our regular kind of evaluation process, we wanted to provide some highlights to the community and a couple changes that we have coming up here as well. If we just wait for just a moment, we'll have a slideshow that'll help me through this. Just waiting for the link. There we go. All right.
Technology's great when it works, right?
Yeah. We're not on Zoom, so, you know.
This is not a piece that is in our regular sort of meeting kind of course of action, so.
I think I'll just try and slick through it this way.
Okay, that's all right. So the executive committee just completed a superintendent evaluation, and I wanted to kind of inform people on what the process is that we have gone through. In 2022, the school board developed and adopted an evaluation rubric for the superintendent position. When Dr. Zambreno first started, the board put forth a couple priority standards, as the evaluation process is kind of a lengthy document that we use, so we wanted to kind of set what our major priorities were. First was school district finances, which when Dr. Zambreno first started was in a very different place than we are right now, and was an area that certainly was the board's focus and kind of primary concern. Then, as Dr. Zambreno was brand new to our district, we wanted to focus on communication and building community relationships, and then student support. In December, the full board completed kind of an initial check-in on the contract and just wanted to share some initial beginning feedback. In June, the executive committee completed an evaluation. We presented that to the board last month. And then provided time for some additional feedback, and then that performance evaluation has been delivered to Dr. Zambreno. What came, some highlights out of that, Dr. Zambreno came into our district at a time of great uncertainty with a lot of work to be done. Very quickly, he integrated into our community and built really strong relationships, has had really strong advocacy for our district and our students' needs, as well as multiple times kind of advocating at the state level for our students and what they need. has been a part of really strong financial work and oversight, and really led us through a successful levy campaign, which I am over the moon about and thankful to our community for supporting, as our district would be in a very different position had that not passed. And then proactive communication, especially through some moments of challenge for the district as well. Now, as we completed that evaluation, as a board, we also established that some of our priorities have evolved and changed since Dr. Zambreno first came on. And so in the second half of his contract, we are going to concentrate on our priority areas of teaching and learning, student support, and continued focus on school district finances. As a school district that is facing declining enrollment and lowering birth rates within our community, we will always have a focus on enrollment within our district. And we will have ongoing evaluations. This isn't a one-time process. We will do this as a full board in January, and then the executive committee again in June. And what also came out of this is some superintendent contract adjustments. The current contract that Dr. Zambreno is under was done pretty rapidly, as our previous superintendent needed to exit the district, and we needed to be able to adapt and shift pretty quickly. With that, we had not fully adopted the same process that we have for all of our contracts that we do at this time. And also looking at our current market study, it is shown that our current superintendent contract is substantially under the market of comparable districts and districts in our area. And Dr. Zambreno's current performance within our district is absolutely great, and the board is thrilled to be working with Dr. Zambreno and the work that he has been doing so far. So we will be making some contract adjustments. We are adding $15,000 to the current contract and 3% the following year. This will begin to close the gap compared to that market study, avoiding for a one-time kind of large adjustment needing to be made in the future, and for us to be able to absorb and do that in a more gradual fashion. We're looking forward to all the work that we've done together so far, and what is to come. We've put some really great pieces together over this last year, and just so excited about the work that you have done with us, Dr. Zambreno.
Oh, well, thank you so much. I think we're on a great trajectory. I mean, as you mentioned, the generosity and support from the community to allow us to put the pieces into place, and we've hired some incredible talent, our instructional coaches, social workers, all the things that are coming online, and just have all the right pieces in place. It's going to build stronger systems underneath those, and we already saw some gains in student achievement this past year. We'll get to that when everything's no longer embargoed, but that's just a scratch on the surface of what I know is going to be possible with amazing staff and students and families in the entire community. So it's been really fun.
Absolutely. Well, we appreciate your great leadership through us. And I'm going to turn this over now to you to provide a report of what's going around the district right now.
All right. Well,
Hey,
thank
Chair
you.
Rosh, could I interrupt just for a second? So those three things we're now going to be focusing on going forward when we do the evaluation, because I read the one that we did, it'd be nice to have more objective kind of benchmarks to be able to see where things met, things like that. And I know some of the things we're looking at don't lend themselves to objective numbers and benchmarks, but going forward, it'd be nice to kind of have certain bars, and instead of just language, oh, yeah, this was great, something more concrete to look at. Does that kind of make sense? Like sort of student learning and achievement, obviously that's pretty easy. Finances is pretty easy. Just everything in general, if we could have some objective data somehow. I don't know. Something to think about.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, that's great. And one of the things I did the last time, because that rubric was dense, is I did provide feedback to the board to say, here's evidence of the areas, like what we did in those areas, because some of them aren't necessarily quantifiable, but it's like, here's something we did and achieved, maybe isn't a percentage or something like that, but yeah, we can certainly look at how to,
something, just
key performance indicator,
Yeah.
metrics, whatever
Sure,
term you
yep.
like. Yeah, we could.
Excellent. Thank you.
All right, well, yeah, I'll jump in, and we're in this interesting space as we were talking about. For those who were with us in the COW meeting, we're kind of in between. Does this year mean the last year or this next year, and we're kind of in that in between, and that's going to show up here in the update tonight. As we look to next year, one of the things I want to make sure our families are aware of, we are appreciative that families no longer have to worry about paying for lunch. But part of the funding and benefits our families get come through the application for educational benefits. So I want to make sure people know we are still asking all families to fill out an application or to opt out. So we'll know that you've at least seen that and are opting out of that process. But again, it helps us with funding, but it also does help families. So a lot of like Xfinity has offers for families around internet or phone services. Energy and home utilities. Amazon Prime offers some discounts for families who qualify for free reduced price lunch, and our local like museums and zoo memberships, things like that can, as well as athletics. So lots of benefits that can come with that, but want to make sure people don't think, hey, now that lunch is covered by the state, we don't need those forms. We do, and they benefit our families as well. So making sure people are aware of that, and you can find information on our website under our nutrition department. Another change coming our way as we look to next year, hopefully to give us just better information, and actually it's a little extra step that we're asking, but we're also hoping it allows us to provide better service to our families. So we are asking families, so we have busing zones where families automatically qualify for transportation, but we would like you to go in and positively register for that so we know that you are looking to take advantage of our transportation on our buses. If you would qualify, you should have received an email, but if you didn't, again, you can go on our website, Departments and Transportation, to find out more information. Again, it's a new system that's a little extra step for our families, but we want that accurate count. And one of the things that'll help us is we often have families waiting to know if they can participate in pay to ride. And we don't know until we know how many people are riding the buses. So we're hoping that that'll give us a leg up. So right now our walk zones or busing zones, students who live 1 mile or further from one of our elementaries from Kaposia or Lincoln qualify, and 1.5 miles from the secondary. So if you didn't receive an email and you think you're in that spot, you can hop on our website. There's also a great interactive map that will show you if you're in that zone or not. As I mentioned, pay to ride. So that was part of what we're looking for, is gathering information on available seats. So we do offer a pay to ride transportation option. There we go, getting the slides up. So Safeway is our bus provider. We did talk at Cal about renewing our contract with them. They provide a great service to us. But space is limited for pay to ride, and so we're going to do our best to quickly get that. I know in the fall that causes a little bit of stress. So hoping our new process of having families positively register for letting us know if they're going to ride will help us more quickly determine the space available. It is first come, first served, and if you are interested, you can get your name on the wait list, and we'll definitely let you know as soon as information is available. Again, looking to next year, I know families, I think the sales already start. I'm always surprised how soon Target gets on these things, right? I think as soon as school got out, they put the back to school supplies there, which always kind of traumatizes our 3 kids at home when they see the back to school stuff. But school year information is available on our website. So under our resources and the school year, you'll find information on I know the school supply list that people are wondering about. Handbooks, just especially if you're switching between elementary and middle or high. Nice to just get familiar with the expectations in the school. Our calendars, nutrition information, again, more on transportation. So all that is available on our website. So please take advantage of that opportunity. And related to next year's information, we do want to make sure we have proper contact information. And so we use Infinite Campus to track all of our family's information. So if you log into, there's a parent portal that's used, and then that links up with Parent Square and other things that we have, other systems. So we just need our families to go into Infinite Campus and make sure that information is accurate. You can log into that parent portal, verify. It's a really easy thing to do. Certainly if you need any support, there are step-by-step information that you can get in that on our website, but you can also reach out to one of our schools. And it's just super important. I know sometimes people, think, yeah, it's been updated, but maybe a move happened or a phone number changed or something like that. And it does always lead to frustration when you're like, I didn't get that information, but it was because we just didn't have the most accurate. We'll definitely check in at open houses and things as well to make sure we have that. All right, and then as we kind of put a pin in summer here, we're winding some things down. So this week is the last week of free meals for kids. Shared in the past that any kids in the community could stop by Monday to Thursday to get a meal, and that is ending this week. So that's a sign that summer is coming to an end. And as we reach the end of summer, our summer programming is coming to an end. So our elementary summer learning academy wrapping up. It was a 6-week session, so nice to keep kids engaged. They did some really fun hands-on learning. You can see in the picture there, I love the expressions on the kids' faces. But they had hands-on learning in math, reading, science, and assemblies like this is Mr. Norm, the magician, and they had Osprey Wild's Environmental Learning Center. So try to keep it fun while keep the learning happening so kids don't have what we sometimes call that summer slide. Middle School Summer Learning Academy also wrapping up this week. So students in 7th and 8th grade spent 3 weeks there learning math, science, technology, and art, which of course aligns pretty well with what we heard from our families. They love the STEM and STEAM, so nice to have those programs available to the kids. Some examples of lessons they did, science observations of gummy bears in different liquids. Remember we had gummy worms here for one of the things. It seems to be a gummy theme when we're presenting here. Picture the kids here, they're calculating the average temperature in the room and determining whether they can save energy by turning down the AC or closing doors and windows when the system is running. And certainly with all the heat we're hearing about all over the country, I think people are really tuning in to energy. And then Packer Preview. So we had another group of incoming 6th graders ready for middle school this fall. Having been a middle school principal, I'm always like blown away. They come in, where they're like about here on you. When they leave, some of them are taller than me. I used to tell the kids, if you're taller than me, you got to go over to high school because I can't handle that. But they got a chance to practice opening lockers. I know that can be a source of stress. And even if your child didn't do that, just getting a padlock and having them practice at home can set them up for success. I know I still have mine from my football locker that is in our house so the kids could practice. But learning to read their schedules, moving between the classes, eating in the cafeteria, and just a lot of fun. I had a few chances to get over and visit with the kids, and their energy was positive, and the excitement they have for middle school, which really is a fun time. I think a lot of times some of us didn't have the best experience in the old junior high kind of thing, but middle school nowadays is really a fun time, and I can see that the kids are excited to get to it. So, and then just some important dates. Oh, as always, we have everything on our social media, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. You can always track Danette and team and Lisa. They do a great job of pushing things out so people can find information. And then important dates coming up. We're right knocking on the door. So September 4th is the district holiday for Labor Day. And then we have our rolling start. So on September 5th, that's the Tuesday, we have our first day for grades 1 through 5, 6th and 9th grade. So all those transitions or any kids who are new. So if you're in 7th, 8th, 10th, 11th, 12th, you have that opportunity to come in and get a soft landing and see the space. September 6th, then we'll have the 7th and 8th and 10th through 12th graders come on. And then on the 7th is the first day of kindergarten, and man, is that a fun thing to see, because I'll tell you, like, those teachers are amazing. The kids are coming in just wide-eyed but not sure what to do. I think the backpacks are as big as most of the kids when they're coming in, so really fun. Looking forward to that, as well as our first day of preschool, those littles on September 11th. So we are just right knocking on the door of another amazing year. As always, our meeting materials for the board are available on our website, and you can watch past videos, see policy, meeting notes, anything you need to find out about the great work our amazing school board's doing.
Excellent.
Thank you.
Thank you. It's time to ramp up for the year.
I know, it's
getting
exciting.
excited for that. All right, next we will move to our consent agenda, which are items that are typically financial claims, staffing, personnel, and nature. They were part of the board packet and previously discussed through committee work as well. Do I have a motion to approve our consent agenda?
So moved. Second.
Any discussion?
Yes, Chair Rosh. The amount of resignations and people leaving, are we concerned about that at all? Is this normal to have this turnover right now? And there was quite a few on there.
I can speak to the fact that sort of like education-wide, there's kind of a big turnover within education at this time, but this is also about the time of year that we see when that turnover happens. Do you have any additional comment, Dr. Zambreno?
Yeah, no, I will say it's definitely a new normal. I think about even just in the time since I've been an administrator, which 15-ish years, I've kind of lost track. You used to post a position, you get tons of applicants, you'd offer a position and they'd accept it right away. And now people really are looking around, and you're seeing districts doing things like our neighbors just north of us here, St. Paul's, offering, like for special ed and other positions, a $10,000 hiring bonus. And so there's a lot more people like looking for, here's an opportunity to get a bump in pay, and they'll just move a district, where when I first came in, it just wasn't that way. A lot of times people would come into a district and they would just stay, and it's just, it's
And
been
I
different.
think that's what we're used to here too, is people staying their whole career here for the most part, and hopefully we can get back to that point.
Yeah, I think it's still just coming off of the pandemic and the kind of renorming. I think last year was, all over, and it's still kind of tracking that way. Luckily, we've been able to find really great people as we've had openings, but our goal is, of course, to retain. We want people to want to be here. It's where I plan to be for years and years, and that's the culture we're trying to build for folks to want to be here. It's definitely a different job market. It's very competitive, and people are trying to court a smaller number of, like I said, when I posted a social studies position my first year as principal, I had to call HR and say, shut it down. I had 160 people, and they were still coming in. I'm like, I won't even have time to review them. It wouldn't be fair to have more come in, and now it's so competitive, and Minnesota has one of the lowest unemployment rates in the nation, so we feel that a little bit.
Any further discussion? All in favor, please say aye.
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 Opposed? And our consent agenda carries. We do not have any policy up for review tonight, but we've got some coming within this fall, so look for additional items there in future meetings. So we move to our business items for the night. I'm going to try and get this all right for you, Danette. Okay, in my going through. First up, I am looking for approval for the South St. Paul School Board to approve the 2023-2025 student transportation agreement with Safeway Bus Company. Can I have a motion?
So moved.
Can I have a second?
Second.
And I turn it over to Brady Hoffman for discussion.
Good evening. Tonight we do have the Safeway transportation contract in front of you for approval. Safeway has been a long-time great partner for South St. Paul schools in supporting our students, families, and our community. This is a 2-year agreement for the next 2 school years. Some of the main contract pieces that were negotiated was clarifying the compensation and billing language within the contract to align with the best practices, changing the fleet requirements, and then increasing the route rate for this upcoming year, 9.5%, and then 3.5% for the following year. Transportation industry is one that's been hit pretty hard with inflation and driver shortages, and so some of that's playing out in here. But these increases are within budget, within the budget that the board approved. These fall within that. And then they are still very, when we do a market comparison, they are still very competitive with the market. So overall, this is, I believe, a really good contract that we have with them. And like I said, they're a great partner. And we look forward to continuing that here as we go.
Excellent. Thank you so much. Any questions for Mr. Hoffman on this? All right. All in favor of approval of the transportation agreement with Safeway Bus Company? Please say aye.
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 Opposed? And motion carries. Next up, I am looking for approval for the South St. Paul School Board to approve the resolution calling a special election to fill a school board vacancy. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Second.
And for discussion, I'm going to turn this over as we have a special election coming.
Yes, so as we all, I think, are aware, we had the passing of Director Bierman I actually just had a chance to meet with both of his sons, and they were sharing with me how he was so invested in that and really leaning in. And I said that's exactly what I observed too. So I think he enjoyed the time he got with us, though it was short. But we do need to now call an election so we can fill the position. We have a placement coming here, an appointment to Kim Human to fill until the election, but we do need to call the election and have an election in November.
Excellent. And as this is a resolution, Danette, can you please call the roll to vote for the approval of the South St. Paul School Board resolution for calling a special election?
Director W. Felton?
Yes.
Claflin?
Yes.
Laliberty?
Yes.
T. Felton?
Yes.
Weber?
Yes.
And Chair Rosh.
Yes. And all in
That's
favor?
6 yeas.
Motion carries. Next piece of business, I am looking for approval for the South St. Paul School Board to terminate the original superintendent contract dated January 1st, 2023 for the 2022-2025 contract period and approve the revised superintendent contract for the 22 to 25 period. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Second.
And any discussion? I will say that I sort of presented earlier tonight about our superintendent process and review. This adjustment to the contract came through our executive committee. All in favor of the approval of the changes to the contract, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? With that, the motion carries. And last piece of business, we have the approval of the South St. Paul School Board to approve the acceptance of gifts resolution. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
And a second?
Second.
All right. And for discussion, I'll turn over to Brady Hoffman.
Yes, good evening. We have one donation tonight on this resolution. So it is a piece of equipment that was donated by the Portillo family to the Student Services Department. It was a stander, and that's a piece of equipment that's used to help students out of wheelchairs and to get them into another location. So great piece of equipment for us to have access to, and we're grateful for the donation.
Very grateful. And for how much our community continues to support our schools is something that I am always impressed by. Do I have a motion for the approval?
It's a resolution, isn't it?
So moved.
Oh, so moved. Second.
Should be
All in favor, please say aye.
a roll call.
Aye.
Oh, is this
Roll
a
call.
Chair Rosh, this is a roll call.
Thank you, Danette. All right. As it is a resolution.
Wasn't sure when to cut in, but
When I start floundering up here, Danette, that's when you just jump in and talk over me. Can you please call the roll for a vote?
yes. Director Claflin?
Yes.
Laliberty?
Yes.
T. Felton?
Yes.
Weber?
Yes.
W. Felton?
Yes.
And Chair Rosh?
Yes.
That's 6 yeas.
And motion carries. That brings us to our very last part of the night where board members can provide committee a little brief update on their committee work or events they have participated in or seen a passion for our district. Can I start with Ann Claflin?
Yes, thank you. The local issues committee met last in the end of June, and there were a lot of discussions around things that are happening within South St. Paul, a lot of summer events. Also, they were great. I'm sorry. They were really glad to hear about the Grow Your Own grants that we heard the presentation on last month, where we had some South St. Paul teachers receiving some funding to go and get their ongoing education to get teaching certificates. That was something that they were really excited to hear about, had not known that that was a possible program. I've also met a lot of folks throughout our community this summer. Anytime I see someone with a Packer t-shirt, I ask if they've got a student in the district teach or are students themselves, and I've had some great conversations with folks. Students have really had really interesting experiences at the Summer Learning Academies and the Packer previews. I know that I still wake up sometimes in a cold sweat, like I don't remember my passcode to my locker combination. I can't get to my school books. So I'm really glad that they have that opportunity to practice beforehand. And a lot of folks have stopped me when I'm wearing Packer gear around town as well. And we really have some great conversations about the experiences people have in the district. So thank you for stopping me if you see me. Thank you for having conversations with me about what you're doing this summer, what your families are doing. And I really enjoy hearing about what the school district is doing in between the academic school years for our kids. So thank you very much.
Excellent, thank you. Nikki Lawler.
And I have nothing tonight.
Wendy Felton.
Yeah, I just would want to pass along that being the representative to Intermediate School District 917, we have had our annual meetings. We held one a couple weeks ago, which was a special education project whole district meeting, which is always held at the Rosemont Steeple Center, which is, you know, really not too far from DCTC. And also coming up this week, we'll have another meeting at the Minnesota Humanities Center, which is in St. Paul near Phelan Park. A meeting there, which is all-day discussion on equity and all issues for students. And the other thing I'm really looking forward to, this Thursday I will be attending the play at the high school, Fiddler on the Roof. So if anyone enjoys musicals, plays, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, you can get tickets. You can go online on the district website and you can order them. You can pick your own seats. So really looking forward to attending the play this week. Thank you.
Thank you. Tim Felton.
Nothing to add at this point, thank you.
Monica Weber.
Also want to express appreciation for the play that is going to be this weekend. It's a chance to see over 50 community members ranging in ages from, 15 to like 60s participate. There's over 50 people. I'm in the production, so whether that makes you, more motivated or less, I'm not sure, to come see it. It really is such a great community event where it's people from all walks of life, all different backgrounds. It's been really fun for me to hang out with some of the high school students and just chat with them about their experiences in their lives and what their goals are, and then run on stage and sing and dance and then go off stage. So the show is Thursday, Friday, Saturday at 7, and then Sunday at 2. And I know that the website buying has been a little wonky. I know that my family was trying to buy tickets yesterday and was not being successful. So they will be available at the door. If for some reason you can't get them online. Because as phenomenal as the show is, we're not going to sell out. So please come to the door, buy tickets at the door, and then you'll be able to come in and see the show.
Excellent. I just want to add that wishing everyone well on this summer and to survive the heat of this next week. And we are so very excited for our school year to come. And so look forward to much more report then. All right. With that, with no further items on our agenda, I am looking for a motion to adjourn the July 24th, 2023 school board meeting.
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor, please say aye.
Aye. Aye.
Opposed? With that, the motion carries and our meeting is adjourned at 6:48. Thank you so much, everyone.
I was wondering, is someone gonna